Hey there. Have you ever had one of those mornings where getting out of bed feels like a bigger project than it used to? Maybe your knees creak a little, or you find yourself holding onto the railing a bit tighter going down the stairs. It's something a lot of us notice as we hit our 60s and beyond, and it can make you wonder how to keep doing the things you love without feeling like you're pushing too hard. Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today: supporting seniors with daily mobility. Because moving around comfortably isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about staying independent, enjoying your day, and feeling good in your own skin. This isn't about turning back the clock or pretending we're 20 again. It's about finding practical, doable ways to make your everyday life easier and safer, whether you're heading to the kitchen for a cup of coffee or taking a stroll to the mailbox. As we get older, our joints might stiffen up, our balance might wobble a bit, but that doesn't mean we have to sit still. There are some simple tricks and tools that can help, and I'm excited to share them with you. In this video, we're going to walk through a handful of ideas to keep you moving with confidence, things like small changes at home, easy exercises, and even a few handy gadgets. Let's start with something you can do right where you are, because it's all about building from the ground up. One of the first things that can make a big difference is taking a look at your space, your home, where you spend most of your time. I remember visiting my friend Margaret, who's 67, and she'd been having a tough time getting around her place. She'd trip over a rug here, bump into a chair there, and it was wearing her out. So, we spent an afternoon moving things around, just little tweaks. We rolled up a couple of those loose rugs, pushed the coffee table a bit to the side, and made sure there was a clear path from her favorite chair to the kitchen. She laughed and said it felt like she'd given herself a VIP walkway. It's not about redecorating your whole house, just clearing the clutter so you're not dodging obstacles. Maybe it's tucking away some cords or moving that stack of magazines you've been meaning to read. Even adding a lamp or two can help you see where you're going, especially at night. It's your space, and setting it up to work for you can feel like a weight off your shoulders. Now, once you've got your home feeling a little friendlier, let's talk about something you can do with your own body, keeping those muscles and joints happy. You don't need to be a gym rat or anything like that, but a little movement goes a long way. My neighbor Tom, he's 70, and he started doing this simple stretch every morning. He sits in a chair, stretches one leg out straight, and points his toes up, then switches. Takes about a minute, and he says it's like waking up his legs for the day. He used to shuffle around stiff as a board, but now he's got a bit more spring in his step. You could try that, or even just stand and hold onto the counter while you lift your heels up and down a few times. It's not about pushing yourself too hard, it's about keeping things loose so you can get up from the couch or climb the stairs without that "oh boy, here we go" moment. Find a spot where you feel steady, and give it a go for a few minutes. You'll be surprised how much better it feels to move when your body's warmed up a bit. And speaking of feeling steady, let's bring in something that can give you an extra hand, literally. I'm talking about using a cane or a walker if you're finding balance a little tricky. I know, nobody wants to feel like they need one, but hear me out. My cousin Ruth, she's 65, and she fought the idea for ages. Then one day, she borrowed a cane from a friend just to try it, and she couldn't believe how much easier it was to get around her garden. She told me it wasn't about giving up, it was about keeping going. If you're wobbly on your feet sometimes, a cane can be like a trusty sidekick, there when you need it and out of the way when you don't. Walkers are great too, some even have seats so you can take a breather. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a tool to keep you doing what you love. You can pick one up at the drugstore, or ask your doctor what might work best for you. So, we've covered setting up your home, doing a little stretch to keep limber, and giving yourself some support with a cane or walker if it fits. These are solid steps to make moving around feel less like a chore and more like second nature. But there's more we can add to this, like how to keep your strength up without overdoing it. Let's roll into that next and keep the momentum going. So, we've been talking about some great ways to make daily mobility a little smoother, tweaking your home to keep it safe, doing a few easy stretches to loosen up, and maybe even leaning on a cane or walker when you need that extra boost. It's all about building a foundation that lets you move through your day with a bit more ease. Now, let's take it a step further and focus on something that can really help you feel stronger and steadier over time, keeping your muscles in the game. Don't worry, I'm not about to suggest you start lifting weights like a bodybuilder. This is about simple, gentle ways to stay strong without wearing yourself out. One of the best things you can do is work on your strength a little bit every day, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Take my friend Ed, who's 69. He started doing what he calls his kitchen workout. While he's waiting for his coffee to brew, he holds onto the counter and does a few slow squats, just bending his knees a bit and standing back up, maybe 5 or 6 times. He says it's nothing fancy, but it keeps his legs from feeling like jelly when he's climbing the porch steps. You could try that too. Find a sturdy spot, like your kitchen sink or a chair, and lower yourself down just a little, then come back up. It's like giving your legs a quiet pep talk. If that feels good, you might even add a couple of arm lifts with a can of soup or a water bottle. It's not about pushing hard, it's about keeping those muscles awake so they're ready when you need them, whether you're carrying groceries or getting up from the recliner. And while we're talking about strength, let's not forget about balance, because that's a big part of moving around without worry. I remember chatting with my neighbor Linda, who's 66. She noticed she was getting a little unsteady, especially when she'd turn to grab something off a shelf. Her doctor suggested a simple trick, standing on one leg for a few seconds while holding onto the back of a chair. She started with just 5 seconds, then worked up to 10, switching legs. At first, she wobbled like a newborn foal, but now she's got this proud little grin when she does it. You can give it a shot too. Start small, maybe while you're brushing your teeth, and hold on to something solid. It's like training your body to catch itself, so those little stumbles don't turn into big falls. Plus, it's kind of fun to see how steady you can get over time. Now, strength and balance are great, but sometimes you need a little help from the outside to keep moving comfortably, and that's where some handy tools come in. I'm thinking about things like grab bars or a good pair of shoes. My cousin Frank, he's 72, and he put a grab bar in his bathroom after he slipped getting out of the shower one day. Thankfully, he was okay, but it shook him up. He said it's like having an extra hand right where he needs it, and now he's got one by the toilet too. You can find them at most hardware stores, and they're easy to install, or you can ask a family member to help. And shoes? Don't sleep on those. Toss out those old slippers with no grip and get something with a solid sole that hugs your feet. My friend Joan swears by her sneakers with Velcro straps, no laces to trip over, and they keep her steady on her walks. It's the little things like that that can make your day feel smoother and safer. So, we've got some strength with those easy squats, balance with a one-leg stand, and a boost from tools like grab bars and good shoes. These are all about building you up so you can keep doing what matters, whether it's tending your flowers or chasing after the grandkids. And there's more to explore, like how to pace yourself so you don't overdo it. Let's ease into that next and keep this flowing. Alright, we've been having a great conversation about supporting your daily mobility, building strength with those simple squats, sharpening your balance with a little one-leg trick, and adding some handy tools like grab bars and solid shoes to the mix. It's all coming together to help you move through your day with a bit more confidence and a lot less fuss. Now, let's talk about something that ties it all together, pacing yourself. Because as much as we want to keep going, there's a real art to knowing when to push and when to take it easy, especially as we get into our 60s and beyond. Pacing is all about listening to your body and giving it what it needs without overdoing it. I think about my friend Clara, who's 68. She loves her garden, always has, but a couple of years ago, she'd spend hours out there and end up so stiff she could barely get out of bed the next day. She didn't want to give it up, so she started breaking it down. Now, she'll weed for 20 minutes, then sit on her porch with a glass of iced tea for a bit before going back. She gets just as much done, but she's not wiped out after. You can do that too, whether it's housework, a walk, or even playing with the grandkids. Set a little timer if it helps, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and then take a breather. It's not about stopping, it's about keeping the tank full so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Find your sweet spot, and you'll feel the difference. And while we're on the subject of taking it easy when you need to, let's talk about how a bit of rest can actually keep you moving better in the long run. Rest isn't just flopping on the couch, though that's nice sometimes, it's giving your body a chance to recharge. My neighbor Bill, he's 71, and he's big on his afternoon naps. He used to push through the day, but he'd hit a wall by dinner. Now, he takes 20 minutes after lunch to put his feet up, and he swears it's like a reset button. You don't have to nap if that's not your thing, maybe it's sitting with a book or just closing your eyes for a few minutes. The point is, those little breaks help your muscles recover so you're not dragging by evening. It's like giving yourself permission to enjoy the day instead of fighting through it, and who doesn't want that? So, pacing and resting are key, but there's one more piece I want to bring in: asking for help when it makes sense. I know that can feel tough, we're used to doing things ourselves, right? But it's not about giving up, it's about keeping going. My cousin Ruth, she's 65, and she was stubborn as a mule about carrying her groceries in from the car. One day, she tweaked her back, and that was that. Now, she lets her neighbor's teenage son grab the bags for her, and she's back to cooking her famous lasagna without a hitch. It could be a family member, a friend, or even a service if you've got one nearby. Think about where a little assist could save your energy for the stuff you really love. Maybe it's someone to mow the lawn or carry something heavy. You're still in charge, you're just smart about it. Now, let's bring this all home. We've talked about setting up your space, stretching and strengthening, using tools, pacing yourself, resting up, and leaning on help when it fits. It's like a toolbox for your mobility. Pick what works for you, and you'll find yourself moving through life with a little more spring and a lot more joy. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you have a trick that keeps you going? Drop it in the comments below. If this has sparked some ideas, give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We've got more coming to help you live your best, no matter the years. Here's to staying mobile and loving every step. See you soon.